All right, welcome back to MH Blackwell. Kamala Harris whooping up on old Donald Trump in the polls. I know y'all are getting excited about this black female president about to get elected. T. Orlando, all the other people who are big supporters on the channel, I know you're amped up. And we are going to go through what's happening with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. If I mispronounce it, it said Kamala, forgive me. I mean, Kamala Harris. Let's talk about it. But first of all, welcome back to the channel. If you've not watched the channel before, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a good time on this one because I know y'all love Kamala Harris. How y'all support her and trust her is just it is refreshing to see. Now, all seriousness though, Kamala Harris may wind up being president of the United States. Let's look at what's going on. Let us look at what is going on. First, we have Kamala Harris leading or tied in several battleground states. So, as you see in Wisconsin, Kamala Harris has 49% of the vote. Donald Trump has 43% of the vote. Robert Kennedy has 5%. Jill Stein has 1%. And Cornel West sets a record, actually has 0% of the vote. So Kamala up 6 points. Now, obviously, there's going to be undecided people. You got that 5% in there for Robert Kennedy Jr., who's an independent. And right, it could, if Robert Kennedy and when Robert Kennedy drops out of the race, if he throws his support behind Trump, which I would think he would probably do, that may affect it. But Kamala's winning in that particular in this particular poll, which is the New York Times poll, or at least that's where we got the information from. So you have, other than that, you also have Michigan, where Kamala Harris is up 48-43 for Donald Trump by 5 points. And then you got the also-rans in there with another 5% between Robert Kennedy and Jill Stein. However, got to tell you again, there goes your boy, Cornel West, wasting everybody's time with a big flat 0 in that mug. So we also then have Pennsylvania, where Kamala is up by 2 points. And again, 5% out there with pretty much undecided people or people that are wasting their votes. With the Green Party's Jill Stein, 4% for Robert Kennedy Jr. And again, bringing up the big donut is Cornel West. From there, we go to other Harris is up +4 in Wisconsin, +4 in Michigan, and +4 in Pennsylvania. So then you have, I think you call these the Sun Belt states, where you have Georgia, shout out to T. Orlando, where it's very close. It was very, very, actually, let me back this up a little bit. Let me go back to Georgia. Georgia, very close. 45.8. Let's round it up to 46-45. It's less than a point away. It's only 0.4 away. And then you have Robert Kennedy with 3.3, Jill Stein, and donut Cornel West probably didn't make it. Probably didn't get on the ballot, or weren't included in the poll, rather, or they didn't poll them because they're not going to be included on their ballot. But next we have Trump up. Slide that back.
took on.
Let me back that up. Sorry. Don't want to fly through it too quick. So Wisconsin +4, Michigan +4, Pennsylvania +4 for Harris. So doing their thing for sure. Then you have Georgia, again, 45, 44, basically only very, very close in Georgia. 45.8 and 45.4. And then from there, you got a dead tie in Arizona, 48-48, 4.5, really out there in the wind. And then Nevada, tied in Nevada, 40-40.
I took on.
So pretty much, these guys are right neck and neck in some states, but many of the swing states, Kamala Harris is up. And I do believe, though, that these polls are within the room, within the what do you call it? The margin of error. I think the margin of error is maybe 3, maybe 5%. However, it's within the margin of error, so it may wind up that it swings the other way. Plenty of things can happen between now and November, but y'all better believe your girl Kamala is out there real serious. I've read other articles where it said Kamala is polling much better than she was before Biden dropped out. Obviously, this is a lot of people that are, like staunch, Democrats that are going to say, hey, man, now seriously looking at her and still comparing her to old Donald Trump. But look, there was some more entertaining things taking place this week as well.
Traders of all kinds.
Where Kamala Harris calls Donald Trump a perpetrator. Oh man, it's hilarious.
So hear me when I say.
Corny. Hear me when I say. I know how to deal with a perpetrator. I know his type.
I know Donald Trump's type.
Yeah, and now Walz jumps up here and exaggerates like a champ, but still, hey man, they're trying to do a job to get everybody.
You know what makes society work best is when you learn a golden rule: mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business.
Mind your own dang business. Now, this was obviously in response, the conversation about, I think this is about women's reproductive rights and the Dobbs case and all of that. But he's basically saying, hey, man, we've learned, mind your business. Stop trying to tell other people how to live their lives.
Kamala Harris has done something that we will forever be grateful for her. She has brought out the joy in our politics.
Soundbite, I couldn't allow that music play. Heck no. Excitement in the politics? Oh, no. And here we get her.
Hey, Nevada!
Donald Trump ain't playing, no. Donald Trump gets on the vice president, the vice presidential choice. This guy right here, Walz, gets on Walz. This is hilarious, man. You got to give Donald Trump credit for one thing. That dude is hilarious, man. Donald Trump is straight up hilarious.
Do we have any children here? Please close your ears. He ordered tampons in boys' bathrooms. The other side.
Man, that ain't even true, man. Basically, what he's saying is that in the state that he's from, that he ordered, and he was the governor. I think he's governor of Minnesota. That he had ordered tampons in boys' bathrooms, and that's not actually the truth. I did a little research on it. What it was is the legislation which allowed for tampons left it up to the school districts on where they would place the sanitary napkins. So no, he did not decide to put them in. But man, he doesn't keep Donald Trump from being funny.
It has to agree to the terms. They may or may not agree. I don't know if they're.
And here, this is another. Then he goes into the debate, and because hopefully we'll get a debate, and the debate should be a lot more fun. And the debate should be a lot more fun because Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I think you're going to see some personality out of Kamala Harris. Even though one of the things that, one of the reasons why her original presidential campaign fell apart was because she got ate alive by Tulsi Gabbard a few years ago, during the first one. But still, I think she's going to do well. And they looks like they're agreeing to do it. Donald Trump was talking smack, and then Kamala comes back.
The other side has to agree to the terms. They may or may not agree. I don't know if they're going to agree. She hasn't done an interview. She can't do an interview. She's barely competent.
She can't do an interview. She's barely competent.
Glad that he's finally.
She can't. She's barely competent. Man,
Agrees to a debate on September 10th. I'm looking forward to it, and hope it shows up.
Are you open to more debate?
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th, for sure. It really is good to be back in Wisconsin. It is so.
But as always, the same amount of drama and the same kind of stump speaks from Kamala. And so Fox News, as you see right here, tried to insult Kamala by trying to run this whole kind of thing about her being being phony and saying the same thing over and over. Like, how many times you're going to say the same speech?
So good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Perpetrators, again, of all kinds. But all they're trying to do is convict her of being a regular politician. Just a regular politician. They're basically complaining about.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. I had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say. So hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type.
Hannibal Lecter. Did you ever hear of Hannibal Lecter? Hannibal.
And who is Donald Trump?
Hannibal Lecter. Does anybody know the name? Please raise your hand. Young people didn't. The young ones didn't. They don't want to hear about Hannibal.
No, they don't want to hear about Hannibal, man. But anyway, all those politicians do it. All in all, man, it's been really funny listening to Donald Trump. It is good to see, though, that Kamala Harris is doing well in the polls. The whole thing didn't fall apart because you replaced Kamala Harris with Donald Trump. I don't know how the election is going to play out. I, again, have told people that I still don't know what I'm going to do as far as voting. I am a very I'm a political agnostic. However, thought it was interesting news that Kamala Harris is doing so well in the polls, and that it seems like she's got a slight lead over Donald Trump. But of course, we're going to see when the rubber hits the road and whether or not you're going to have all of these Trump fans come out in droves, and the people that didn't answer the polls, you can still get a complete blowout. But anyway, let me know what you think. I thought that was funny. I'm going to holler at you in the next one. Thank you for subscribing to MH Blackwell. And with that, I'm out. Peace.